Okay, so today we're going to go through how to do a proper crunch. It's going to be less physical, more technical, okay? But obviously really important to get these technicalities right. So the most common mistake and the most common issue that I have with a lot of my clients is they continuously complain about neck pain when they're doing a crunch, okay? And that's just that muscle group trying to take over. Your neck is obviously a muscle supporting your head, which is a heavy part of your body. It's really easy to over-tense this muscle group whenever we're trying to lift the head and flex our spine, okay? Because you want to hold on to your head by engaging these muscles. So you've got to teach yourself to try and relax this muscle group and engage harder here, okay? So that's the first concept. I'm going to show you how to do that now. Come into a normal crunch position, okay? Support the head. Now this is where everyone goes wrong. When they crunch up, and they pull their head as far up as they can. All that's doing is producing flexion through your cervical spine and closing this gap here between your chin and your chest. So the first thing you want to think about is there a gap between my chin and my chest? Because there should be. There should be a little gap here so your head then stays in line with the vertebrae. Okay? Second thing I'll say is your hands. Put your hands interlocked behind your head, so that then you can rest your head on your hands. And it's very simple. The way you can tell your head is rested is if you feel the weight of your head. If I do this intense, I've got no weight in my hands, but if I relax my head, suddenly I've got something I have to hold on to. And you should continuously feel like your head is a weight that your stomach is then pulling up. And if you do that, you'll tense your neck a lot less and create more tension through here, which is obviously what we want. Okay, so that's the first point about the neck. Second point we're going to do is go to the back, okay? So when we're at the bottom of the crunch, our back should naturally arch, just slightly, so we go into neutral spine, where there sometimes is a little gap between our lower back and our mat, but our tailbone should feel like it's slightly curling down, okay? Now when we go into the top of our crunch, when we're up here, we should be in flexion of our lumbar spine, our lower back, okay? So there should be no gap, okay? And remember, this isn't coming from the neck. The core is activated and there's no gap. So it's very simple. Gap, no gap. Gap, no gap. Okay? So your first 2 points. Okay, the third one is, finally, we're going to talk about the core itself, okay? A lot of people don't activate their abdominals when they crunch enough. So it's really important that you squeeze these muscle groups. This applies to any exercise, but especially a crunch, that you squeeze these muscle groups as tight as you can. You might have some friends that can brag, they can do 300 crunches, okay? They're wasting their time. You could do 15 crunches and create as much tension as you can in your core, and you'll have a much more beneficial workout than doing 300 crunches, okay? And the way I think about doing that is, I come to the top of my crunch, and then I imagine I have someone, I'm sure you can think of someone, that's going to punch you in your stomach. Okay, and what would you do if you're about to be punched in the stomach? You would tense the stomach. Final point I'll say is at the bottom of the crunch, don't completely relax. Don't release your core. Still imagine someone is going to be there hitting your tummy at the downward part and at the upward part. Okay? And in doing so, you have tension through your abdominals throughout the whole movement. Okay, don't just do it at the top of the crunch, relax. It's throughout the whole movement, okay? So just run through the reminders. Relax your head into your hands, no tension in your neck. Secondly, open, close. Thirdly, tense the stomach tight. Imagine somebody is hitting you here. And finally, at the bottom of the crunch, do not release the tension. Keep the tension. And if you do that, I guarantee you should do 5, 10, 15 crunches and you will feel your core working hard. Okay? Enjoy.